evening. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Poonam Burde. 15 out of 56 seats for the Rajya Sabha went to polls today across 3 states, Uttar Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh and Karnataka. Heading into the polling day, the ruling NDA had 109 members of parliament in the upper house, 10 members short of the halfway mark in the 238-strong Rajya Sabha. The opposition India bloc had 89 members of parliament. Now, in all 3 states, there was one surprise, but the common theme really was cross-voting. Legislators changing allegiances is not new, and Rajya Sabha elections are all about getting the arithmetic right. But as far as numbers go, it looks like it is a mixed bag today. Both for the Congress and the BJP, it's a win some, lose some kind of situation. Now, the counting is underway. The numbers are still trickling in, but many would agree that it's all but decided which way these elections are going, at least in the case of Uttar Pradesh. So here's the breakdown. Let's begin with Uttar Pradesh. There are 10 seats for which for the taking as far as Uttar Pradesh is concerned. BJP fielded 8 and Samajwadi party put up 3. Had the BJP not fielded its 8th nominee, the election would have passed unopposed. But that one nominee upset the apple cart, so to say. It made Uttar Pradesh a forced contest. Let's take a look at the numbers. This is where the numbers stand as far as the Uttar Pradesh assembly goes. 8 candidates put up by the BJP and its allies. The MLAs that they have is 288, that's the BJP. SP put up 3 candidates. They had 111 MLAs with them. You need at least 45 first preference votes in this particular state for one member of parliament to be put through to the Rajya Sabha. The BJP needs 296 MLAs if they want to elect all 8 of their candidates. 288 plus 5, the 5 SP MLAs that cross-voted today. That brings the total to 293. They're still short of 3 MLAs. So will that 8th seat or the 8th nominee of the Rajya Sabha still go the BJP's way? That's something that we'll find out after we see the counting happen. Moving on to a Congress-ruled state now, that's of Himachal Pradesh, where there's one Rajya Sabha seat that was up for grabs. That saw cross-voting as well. Now, Abhishek Manu Singhvi of the Congress party allegedly faced opposition from within the party ranks for being an outsider. On the other hand, the BJP fielded Harsh Mahajan, an old Congress hand who switched to the Saffron party only 2 years ago. Now, the leader of opposition in Himachal said that 8 to 9 Congress MLAs had cross-voted today, taking the BJP's tally to at least 33. The Congress denied any such development. They're confident that all 40 of their MLAs voted for their candidate. BJP in the state says that the Sukku government is now in minority. It has no right to stay in power, says the BJP. The Congress dismissed that claim because they say there was no cross-voting at all today. So where is the question of this government being in minority? The BJP then said that we now want to bring in a no trust motion in the state. The Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh, Sukhwinder Singh Sukkhu, though, is confident. He says there's absolutely no threat to my government. There is no cross-voting. All our MLAs are with us. Let's take a look at another Congress-ruled state now. But this time, the cross-voting here was in favor of the Congress party, which is the ruling dispensation in this particular case. Here's where the numbers stand as far as Karnataka go, where we're given to understand at least 2 MLAs cross-voted. That number may go higher. Here's what it looked like. So now there are 4 seats in the state of Karnataka. 2 that were put up by the BJP, JDS, who are now together, 1 each. 3 by the Congress. 85 MLAs is what the BJP and the JDS put together have. 135 MLAs is what the Congress has. So what happens if there is cross-voting? Who does that give an edge as far as Karnataka goes? Now, the BJP plus JDS need 90 MLAs if they want to elect their 1 each MP to the Rajya Sabha. 85 is what they have currently. 2 of them, at least 2 of them have cross-voted is what we're given to understand. That brings their tally to 83. They're short of 7 MLAs now. So what exactly is going to happen, or is this the Congress's way? That's something that we'll find out once the final numbers are on. Now, the BJP holds 28 of the 56 seats. But could that tally change after today? Perhaps not, or even if it does, it might be just a difference of 1 member of parliament or 2 at the max. So why does this matter then? Why are we talking about it today? Now, well, the numbers may not change the picture, but the optics definitely will. Here's what could happen after today in the run-up to the big Lok Sabha clash. This boost is likely to be with the BJP as far as the seat gain is concerned in Uttar Pradesh. Now remember, Uttar Pradesh has 80 seats in the Lok Sabha. They will want to keep this momentum going into the Lok Sabha elections. Cross-voting for the BJP shows there is a weakened opposition. That's something that the BJP will want to talk about as well. The BJP's game plan of pushing for rival votes in Uttar Pradesh seems to be working, at least as far as this one particular state is concerned. What happens to the opposition then? The India bloc, it seems like, is failing to motivate its own cadre against the BJP. So this anti-BJP front, as the only front for election, may not be the most viable solution. What also then happens is, as far as the narrative war goes, there was a recent assembly poll debacle for the Congress party especially and for the India alliance, after which we now see cross-voting and allegiances being switched for the Rajya Sabha elections. Does that mean, as far as the narrative war goes, the BJP has an edge? This is why today's Rajya Sabha elections are important. The verdict is important. Is this going to throw up a hint for the big 2024 Lok Sabha clash? That's the big debate tonight.
विधानमंडल दल के मुख्य सचेतक पद से हमने इस्तीफा देकर जारी भी कर दिया।
कार्रवाई निश्चित होगी, क्योंकि पार्टी के जितने भी हमारे साथी हैं उनका मानना है कि ऐसे लोगों को दूर कर दीजिए।
मनोज पांडे जी सनातन धर्म के सदैव जो है पक्षधर रहे हैं।
कोई भी विधायक नहीं बिका है, अंतरात्मा की आवाज से वोट दिया।
लेकिन मेरा मानना है कि कांग्रेस का अगर कोई विधायक बिका नहीं होगा तो हमारे को 40 के 40
ಈ ನಮಗೆ ಅವರು ಭಾಳ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಕೇಳಿದರು ನಮ್ಮ ನಾಯಕರು, ವಿರೋಧ ಪಕ್ಷ ನಾಯಕರು ಮತ್ತು ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು.
ನಮ್ಮ MLAಗಳಿಗೆ ಆಸೆ ಆಮಿಷಗಳು ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಬೆದರಿಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರಲ್ಲ.
Joining me on this broadcast, national spokesperson of the BJP, Shazia Ilmi, Arshpreet Singh Kadyal, spokesperson of the Congress Party, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Vivek Silas is with me, and Desh Deepak Verma, former Secretary General of the Rajya Sabha, join us on this broadcast. Let me open this up by asking the spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party first. Vivek Silas, it was a loyalty test for the Samajwadi Party. The party seems to have lost.
Yeah, first of all, very good evening to all of you. I think it was just true example of might is right. That is what I can say at the moment. As very rightly said by our Honorable National President, the election for the third Rajya Sabha seat was actually to see the confirm the loyalists in the party. It's good that we have seen who actually are the black sheep amongst us. And as far as the Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned, they are very much known to manipulate election by using what we have seen in Chandigarh. It was really shameful. They are using money, muscle, power, agencies, and even their officers like Anil Mati to manipulate the election. That is very very sad.
Whatever may be the reason, sir, but they were your MLAs.
Yeah, definitely, ma'am. I don't deny from the fact that they were our MLA, and it was a sabotage and a breach of trust. We never expected. We just came to know yesterday evening what games the Bharatiya Janata Party has been playing in Uttar Pradesh. Last evening we came to know when those MLAs didn't turn up to the party office. So I can say it is a breach of trust because the MLAs who won from the Samajwadi Party vote, now they have dished the party. That is very sad affair. But blame is definitely on the Bharatiya Janata Party. There was no way that if fair elections would have been done. There was no way because Bharatiya Janata Party was 9 short, and there was no way that the Bharatiya Janata Party could have won the election. But at the end of the day, it's manipulation, it's misuse of power, it's misuse of money,
etc. So let me get in Shazia Ilmi then. Shazia Ilmi, the blame is not of the Samajwadi Party or of Akhilesh Yadav that they couldn't keep their flock together, but it's of the BJP.
I mean, I really don't get it. And I don't understand, instead of being angry with their own MLAs, and that they did not find their own party candidate worthy by their own choice, they want to blame the BJP. I mean, they want to get up in the morning, blame the BJP. They don't like something, they want to blame the BJP. The weather is not good, they want to blame the BJP. Their own party members start disliking them and want to stay away from them. It's sab natak, exactly, sab natak.
Karnataka. Your people have cross-voted.
Natak. No, don't speak in the middle. I was not doing
Vivek Silas, you had your say. Let Shazia Ilmi have her say as well. I'll come back to you for a rebuttal. Let her have her say. Let her finish, please. Shazia Ilmi, go ahead.
I can imagine how frustrated he must feel that his own people do not trust the party leadership, do not trust the way the party is headed, do not trust the way They believe and think and do things, which is why they want to vote for somebody who is from the BJP or from not their party. Clearly, there is a trust deficit within their own parties and amongst the members of their own parties. Instead of looking at those reasons and introspecting as to where they're going wrong, why they're going wrong, how they're going wrong, they blame the BJP. This is what they do morning to the night on every issue. This is just one issue you're mentioning.
Sure. Is blaming the BJP then the easy way out, Vivek Silas?
No, ma'am, I just want to tell the viewers and you as well. Shazia ji, who was the 8th candidate from your party? He was Sanjay Seth. You know who he is? He is the land mafia everyone knows he is the land mafia in Lucknow and around Lucknow.
You know, when
Several
Samajwadi
cases
Party
please
talks
let
about
me tell.
mafia.
Again,
No.
Again. The same old story.
No. Same old story. अच्छा, आपके लोग माफिया होंगे तो आपको दिक्कत होगी. कोई और आप पार्टी से होगा तो उसका माफिया नजर आएगा. But that doesn't explain the cross voting. How does it explain the cross voting? You are confusing. You're confusing issues. No, it's not even the issue here. You're confusing the issue. You are confusing the issue. You are very confused. If Samajwadi Party.
Shazia ji, cross
How
voting
can I
has been
speak
done
like this?
by misuse
How can I
of
speak
power.
like this?
Money.
How do you prove that? No, it could also be because they have a problem with your leadership. It can also happen because of your leadership.
Your
The
chance
time
for you
to
to
prove.
resign, sir, right before the vote happened. Forget the other MLAs.
If you talk about the Bharatiya Janata Party,
He was the one who was supposed to ensure everybody stayed together.
If we talk about the Bharatiya Janata Party and the manipulations in the election, what happened in Chandigarh? What was that?
Let's talk about what happened in Uttar Pradesh,
Yes,
sir. That
yes,
happened today.
in
Let's talk
Chandigarh
about
also.
that today.
Chandigarh also.
What?
Chandigarh also. Let's
You
talk
said
about
it.
it.
What?
Chandigarh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about
Maybe
Chandigarh.
what?
And what happened?
You said
What
Chandigarh
happened?
was-
No.
you said that Chandigarh
Let me
was right,
finish.
whatever
Let
happened
me
in
finish.
Chandigarh was-
How can we talk like this? This is very unruly. Please,
You are
Vivek
not
Silas and
interrupting.
Shazia
I'm not
Elmi, let's
interrupting.
come back. Let's come back
No,
to
I'm
what
not
we're
saying
debating.
anything.
Yes, let's come back to what we're debating today, and
No,
that's
it's very-
about the Rajya Sabha elections. Vivek Silas, I was asking you one simple question. Did the Samajwadi Party not see this coming? And if you all were caught
Yes.
napping on this, just on this particular issue, what's to stop this from happening for the Lok Sabha elections?
Lok Sabha election is not done like the Rajya Sabha election. In the Lok Sabha election, I am sure you must be
You will
aware
blame the
that
EVM.
the common people.
You will blame the EVM then.
Shazia Elmi, the question was for Vivek Silas. Let him answer. I'll come to you.
No, he's been interfering and
in the-
Yes,
hitting
and I've asked him to stop doing that, but now let him have his say. I'll come to you.
In the Lok Sabha election, I think, ma'am, you must be aware that the common people give the vote.
Sure.
It's not the MLAs who choose the Prime Minister or the member of the Parliament.
Sure, but the reason why you say today that the Samajwadi Party has lost is because of what you claim is BJP manipulation, right? So that excuse can be used then
breach
as
of
well.
trust as well. I said breach of
No,
trust.
but that's what you're saying. You're
it's a
saying
breach
that
of trust. The people who have been with
Yes, so
Bharatiya
go-
Party,
so
it
go
was
after your people.
Very unexpected. It was very unexpected. I think all the evil powers and muscle power and money power and allurement, everything. was
Sure,
done.
but your motivation power hasn't worked, unfortunately, to keep the party together. Arshpreet Kadyal, as far as the Himachal Pradesh battle goes, it should have been a straight out of the bat contest. There shouldn't have been a contest at all, given the numbers that the Congress has. But there was cross voting there as well, is what we're given to understand.
Thank you, Poonam, for the question. I didn't interrupt anyone. I hope the BJP spokesperson won't interrupt me. First and foremost, the Bharatiya Janata Party, as always, the non-democratic alliance has resorted to undemocratic and unconstitutional measures. Something that they did at the time of Chandigarh Mayor poll as well. And despite that, they lost. And despite their attempts today, they will lose again. The history shall repeat. Now, number one, let's talk of Karnataka, then Himachal, then UP. In Karnataka, the reason as to why the BJP MLAs had to cross vote and vote in the favor of Congress party is because their conscience did not allow for them to vote for the Bharatiya Janata Party for their dictatorial, undemocratic measures that they keep on resorting to time and time again. Number two, the reason as to why in Himachal also the Bharatiya Janata Party's MLAs might as well have voted for the Congress party because the Himachal government of the Congress party has done good governance. We have delivered OPS, old pension scheme and many other things that the Bharatiya Janata Party only promised but never could have delivered. Then let's talk of Uttar Pradesh. Now, the Bharatiya Janata Party has this modus operandi. It includes Operational Lotus. We have seen it happen in Goa, Maharashtra, MP, AP, Manipur, etc. Then we've seen how they misuse agencies, IT, ED, CBI. That's why the rate as to how many cases has been registered and raids have been initiated. 95% opposition parties have been targeted by the Enforcement Directorate, and no wonder the conviction rate has also gone down. Number 3 is what they did in the Chandigarh mayor poll. I mean, the Honorable Supreme Court had to say that democracy was murdered and we won't let that happen. And the presiding officer should be prosecuted against, who happens to be an active member of the Bharatiya Janata Party, has been an office bearer of the Bharatiya Janata Party. And this is basically an undeclared emergency. Therefore, the people, the MLAs, the MPs, they've all decided to oust the Bharatiya Janata Party for once and all, because the BJP has tried to turn the world's largest...
What exactly is the... What exactly...
Sure. So, Arshpreet Karyal, you made several points. Sure, you made several points. One of the things you said that the MLAs in Himachal, the BJP MLAs, might as well would have voted for the Congress. But unfortunately, the opposite seems to have happened. Several of the Congress party MLAs have cross-voted in favor of the BJP. But if we're talking about lack of trust in the state leadership, in the party leadership, Shazia Ilmi, the same could be said about the BJP in Karnataka as well, like Arshpreet Karyal was saying. So it works both ways.
Exactly. So do we blame and talk about manipulation and muscle power, or do we say that our own people left us or deserted us and they found the other candidate more worthwhile and the leadership worth following and worth emulating? And that is what they don't get. So this is what, so every time, even when we lose elections like we did in Karnataka and Himachal, did we blame the EVMs? We did not. We accepted it fair and square. So when it happens at the poll hustings, what do they say? EVMs, EC, not working against us. When something happens in the courts, what do they say? All the institutions are against us, SCs against us, high courts are working against us. When it happens in Rajya Sabha and cross voting happens, what do they say? That, you know, there is muscle power, money power. It is their own MLAs. Ask them. They need to go to their own MLAs and say, why did you do it? Why did the chief whip resign just before the vote? What is it that prompted it? And prove it if you have. If you have evidence, don't be like Arvind Kejriwal who says there is Operation Lotus. Give us evidence. Where is it? Go to courts. Chandigarh, you went to court and it prevailed. Go to courts. What stops you? It's my challenge here. Any of you, all that you're saying right now is my challenge. Take it up. Go to courts and say these were. Get any of those MLAs. Get any of those MLAs and prove that they were manipulated in any way possible.
Sure. I mean, so allegations can be made easily, but can they be proven in a court of law? I want to get in Deshdeepak Verma in on this as well. Sir, what happens if somebody does knock on the doors of the court in such a situation? Cross-voting during Rajya Sabha elections, which is an open ballot, is not new.
Yes, I think you are right. It is not new, and specifically for the Rajya Sabha election, Election Commission has in past, in fact, mandated that the whip cannot be issued to the party. So it is an election, and it is not exactly like the passing of a bill inside the house. For passing of the bill inside the house, the parties can definitely issue a whip to vote in favor or against the bill. But so far as the elections are concerned, it is supposed to be a free will of the concerned MLAs. So therefore, I think the whip cannot be issued, and I don't see much success in the chances if somebody goes and knocks the doors of the court.
There may not be much success, Arshpreet Karyal. The allegations may remain in the realm of allegations. And you have the big Lok Sabha battle to fight as well. So that is something you still have to think of. Keep your flock together.
See, one, the BJP spokesperson was asking about proof. An FIR has already been registered in Karnataka since certain MLAs were trying to threaten the Congress MLAs, number one. Number two, the reason as to why the Bharatiya Janata Party has to resort to these kind of measures is because they have nothing to show. They have nothing to offer to the people of India. Only hollow promises. On the other hand, it's the Congress party that brought the RTI. RTE, right to education, right to information, IIT, IIMs, and all the other things that the BJP is telling off. Number 3.
Don't make
now,
Arshdeep, are you trying
please,
to be
please do
funny?
not interrupt me,
Are you
Shazia.
trying to be
Please do not
funny?
interrupt me. I
No,
did
no,
not
are you trying
interrupt
to be funny? This is
That's
hardly an
what you
answer.
do best.
There's no
That's
election
what you do
speeches
best.
are not needed.
Number 2.
No,
You
election
talked of
speeches
EVM
are not
also.
needed. I can start
you
off.
talked of EVM. You did a bit of stand-up comedy on EVMs. Do you remember what Mr. Advani said in 2009?
This is what
Do
you
remember
said.
what Mr.
This is what
Advani
you
said
said.
in
This is both are
2009?
funny.
Do
This
you
is
remember
last year
what
and this
Mr.
year.
Advani said
We
in
all know it's
2009?
old stuff.
Do you
It's
know who
like
Mr.
done to death.
Advani
Don't do
is?
it.
Do you remember who Mr.
I
Advani
want to
is?
ask the
What he
anchor.
said in 2009 about the EVMs?
Yes,
Do you
but we're
remember
talking
what he
about
said in
2000.
2009?
We're talking about
He asked for ballot
2014.
papers.
VVPAT.
Mr. Advani said, if I
VVPAT. The
may,
paper trail.
let's have a
Paper
civilized
trail.
debate, please,
VVPAT.
Shazia.
Do you
Let's
read
have a
anything?
civilized
Do you know
debate.
anything? No, because you
So,
don't know
Mr.
anything.
Advani, your
They
own
have,
leader,
it is
had
very
to
sad it's very
ask
sad
for,
to have you there,
an alternate to the
basically. And
EVMs.
it's
Your
sad
own
for
leader's
BJP, it's
Sure,
sad
I
for
don't.
Congress.
And
Okay,
what you
Shazia
did in
Elmi
a
and Arshpreet
Chandigarh
Kadyal, I don't know how we digressed into EVMs. We were talking about where the blame lies, if there is introspection needed. And I say this for both sides. It's not just for the opposition or for the India bloc, it's for the BJP as well. Like I said, there are lessons to be learned for the BJP in Karnataka as well. And some news is now coming in. I request all of you all to stay with us, because as far as Himachal Pradesh goes, the Congress may say there was no cross-voting, but it looks like they do not want to take any chances, because this is what we're learning from our sources within the Congress party, is that they're now in a huddle and that MLAs could be shifted out of the state as well. Former Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel is now in Himachal Pradesh. He's going to be overseeing these developments, is what we're given to understand. So on the face of it, they may say that there is no cross-voting. We're extremely confident of our numbers, but there is a plan B that is in place. That's what we're now learning. Arshpreet Kadyal, we're given to understand the Chief Minister is in touch with the Gandhis. He's trying to keep a plan B ready.
See, no cross-voting has taken place at all whatsoever in the favor of the Bharatiya Janata Party. However, cross-voting in the favor of Congress Party must have taken place, because the people of Bharatiya Janata Party, their leaders, their MLAs, have seen all the work, all the development that has been done by the Congress Party in the last couple of months. And what the Congress government has done in 5 months, the BJP could not do in 5 years. Therefore, their MLAs have voted in the favor of Congress candidates. Number 2, I was suggesting this one simple thing to the Bharatiya Janata Party. If they would try to focus upon delivering, upon working, then they won't have to focus so much on their expertise of Operation Lotuses, misusage of agencies, using the muscle power for all these things. So
can I come in? Can I just come in for a minute?
10% of that energy, if you would devote for work, for upliftment, for betterment of the people of India.
Shazia Elmi, 30-second rebuttal. I have my colleague Pallavi joining us, getting us more details as well. But 30-second rebuttal, Shazia Elmi.
So let me read out the list of all the times Congress Party had dismissed state governments. 66 Goa, 59 Kerala, the famous one on Nambutri we all know about it. 53 Patiala, 76 Gujarat,
Arshpreet Kadyal, she's not audible. She's trying very hard because of the connection anyway, so please let her have her say. Please don't make this any more difficult than it is. Shazia Elmi, please continue. 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm perfectly audible, which is why this person is so bothered and jittery. In 1980 Rajasthan, 1980 Uttar Pradesh, 1980 Odisha, 1980 Gujarat, 1980 Bihar. Look at this Congress Party over there. 1980 Punjab, and coming down to 83 Meghalaya.
So no one is holier than thou. Let's agree on that, I guess. But Pallavi, my colleague, also joining us now, getting us more details. Pallavi, what more have you gathered from your sources within the Congress Party? Lots seems to be happening as far as Himachal goes.
Well, Shivani, despite the bravado that we are seeing coming in from the Congress Party, clearly they are very worried, and so there are two important decisions which are likely to be taken soon. One, of course, is that the Chief Minister has been constantly in touch with the Gandhis, trying to figure out how to prevent any kind of Operation Kamal, to use the words of the Congress Party. There's also a likelihood of the Congress MLAs who did not cross-vote to be shifted out of Shimla, because they anticipate that there could be an attempt being made by the BJP to move a no-confidence motion, and also to try and break the numbers of the Congress Party. But apart from this, the firefighters have already swung into action. Bhupesh Baghel, the former Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh, already over there to try and ensure that the MLAs stay together. So that's going to be the biggest challenge now. No matter whatever is the outcome of the Rajya Sabha elections, even if Abhishek Manu Singhvi wins, the Congress anticipates and fears that there could be an attempt being made by the BJP to try and topple the government.
Right, Pallavi, thank you so much for getting us those details. Shazia Elmi, the Congress may be confident that their RS candidate is winning, but they're not confident that the BJP will not try and mess this up, which is why they've sent emissaries.
So coming from a party, and I just enumerated almost 41 times when Congress party broke down and took away and dissolved state governments only because of power in center. So this has happened 41 times to people of different states. And as far as Himachal is concerned, it is up to, because this is not done by the whip. These are elections being done. And if, God forbid, people lose faith in Sukhu's leadership, then it's up to the people to decide, and it's up to their MLAs. So I think Rajiv should have all these words of wisdom for his MLAs rather than for any other party. Please look to your own MLAs and give them some gyan and teach them something about loyalty or something great about your leadership, which clearly doesn't inspire or enthuse anybody.
Sure, I don't know what the comparison to what Congress has done in the past is really about. Is that a justification that the BJP may be trying to do the same?
No, it is not a justification, because I was told, because somebody was
saying... So the point you're trying to make, Shazia Elmi, that the Congress can't claim high moral ground on this.
No, I was making the point because Arshdeep kept saying that BJP has been doing it forever. And I was saying, no, Congress is known for this.
Sure.
Congress is a party which is known for this, and I narrated 41 incidents.
Sure. Arshpreet Kadyal, go ahead. 30 seconds. Yes.
See, number one, when would the Bharatiya Janata Party give up their double standards, given that their leaders have now come on record to say, we will initiate strict action against the MLAs in Karnataka that cross-voted for the Congress party. And before they were saying, our MLAs vote according to their preference. Our MLAs vote according to their conscience. And now that they have voted according to their conscience in the favor of Congress party, you will take strict action against them. This goes on to suggest
how the
Bharatiya Janata Party lies.
So should you.
This goes on to suggest how the Bharatiya Janata Party gets exposed of their double standards.
But you're not
this goes on to suggest how you blow hot and cold at the same time.
You're sending them to hotels.
And you stand by what you said in the Bharatiya Janata Party.
I'm asking you.
You said it on record. We want you to vote by your preference. And now that they have voted according to their preference,
I'm asking
you want to bash them.
Why so
you want to take a strict action against them.
But why don't you want to take strict action? Why do you want to?
What of conscience?
But that's the same, Arshpreet Kadyal. But that's the same, Arshpreet Kadyal, what your ally, the Samajwadi Party, also wants to do. The Samajwadi Party is also mulling action, Vivek Silas. Fine, you may have seen. Yes, you're not talking about Samajwadi Party because they're allies. Is that now a convenient way to say this? Isn't the same benchmark to be used?
They did not make a U-turn. The Bharatiya Janata Party said we prefer that the MLAs vote according to their conscience. Now they made a U-turn. SP never made a U-turn. They never said.
You don't know basic things.
The Bharatiya Janata Party is used to lying. The Bharatiya Janata Party has been exposed in the face.
Sure, you made your point. Before I get in Vivek Silas, Shazia Elmi, 30 seconds to rebut him.
It's so sad. Instead of punishing your own MLAs, as you said, BJP is doing with it.
So will you not be punishing them?
Why are you taking them to 5 stars?
Will you not punish them?
Them away? I'm asking you. And by the way, something you don't know, and you should know. No, be quiet, please. Something you don't know, that everybody votes according to their conscience. Because there is no whip. There is no whip issued here.
Why did you ask them to vote according to their conscience?
No, don't be hectic.
Sure, so let's talk about the voting that happened. Let's talk about the voting that happened as per the MLA's conscience. And that's something that the Samajwadi Party MLAs also spoke of, Vivek Silas. One of the biggest reasons was that a lot of them wanted to go to Ayodhya after the Ram Temple inauguration, and they were blocked from doing so by the party leadership.
No, ma'am, this has nothing to do with Ayodhya, nor it has to do with Lord Ram, nothing at all. It is done by Mata Lakshmi. You know what Mata Lakshmi is? All money power, nothing more than that. And I'm going to show you within a couple of hours, the strictest of action will be taken. Strictest of action will be taken against them.
Sure.
You'll get to know within a couple of hours.
But if they're black sheep of your party and you finally found out who was not loyal to you, isn't it good riddance?
Yes. I think, ma'am, it is good that this has happened before the Lok Sabha election. They would have ditched the party even in the Lok Sabha election. That is all, because it is better for the Samajwadi Party that all the black sheep of the Samajwadi Party, the MLAs who were the traitors, have come out in limelight.
Sure.
So at least we know who the traitors are.
Sure.
One question, Poonam, one question. I want to ask the Bharatiya Janata Party, will you be garlanding your Bharatiya Janata Party's MLA Som Shekhar ji, or will you be ousting him for having voted for his conscience?
I don't have to answer any of your questions because you're not the anchor. First, learn some basic things and everybody.
Of course, I know you would never.
I have very limited time I have very limited time left, and I want Deshdeepak Verma to have the last word on this. Sir, we've seen the kind of political war words that happen. Again, this is not new as far as Rajya Sabha goes. Rajya Sabha elections are about thought out arithmetic. Everyone does the number crunching to know exactly how much they can, how many votes, how many MLAs they can get on their side. But what is the way forward if this has to stop, or is there no way this can be stopped?
You see, the legal position as it is on date, the position is that any cross voting, any member is conscious awakening at the last moment and voting, doing a cross voting, he cannot be brought under the anti-defection law. That is very clear. Now, it is for the parties to take action or not take action against the candidates, against their own MLAs who have not voted as per their idealism or what as per their instructions. But whip, as I said, cannot be issued. Now, the way forward is something that will require an amendment in the rules of the Election Commission and maybe also some amendment in the Constitution. But that is the situation which will come forward before play out maybe in some other times, in later times. But as on date, this is the legal position which I have narrated just now, that anti-defection law does not come into play. The only thing for the parties is to take the administrative action against them.
And that's what most parties intend to do. The results are still trickling in. What it is could be anybody's guess as far as some states go. But as far as some others go, it's all but decided is what many believe. I have to leave it at that. I thank you all for joining us here on this broadcast and sharing your perspective.